We have to get rid of Tibbs. We
You know,
have to.
so he was my coach.
I know.
Ti- Tibbs is not, and this, I love
And this is
Tibbs.
why I said it's going to hurt.
On the record, I love him to death. He's the reason why I became a great defensive mind. But
Mm.
Tibbs is a terrible offensive coach.
There you go.
What's up, champ?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Enjoying.
Phil Handy's is a bad man.
Yeah, it was my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we're
work,
gonna be doing some stuff together.
you work alongside with him?
We do some stuff together. I don't train people. I'm more of a mind
I
coach.
am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. What's up, Cut? What's going on, brother, man?
Just living life.
Bro, you listen. I was just telling my wife, right? I was like, man, he had to be the swiftiest lefty ever, kid.
Yeah.
And I'm 39. I don't know
Uh,
how old you is, but you got to be around there, right? Around the
I'm 50.
40s. You 50?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. 50 years old.
Wow. And you got drafted in 98, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Was it what, second round?
Second round, number 41 pick.
41. Wow.
That's why my number's five, 4+1. Because I thought I was one of the best in my class. So that's why.
But you were though.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, not a lot of people get that opportunity. I mean, to be in the starting lineup, to you know, you did a lot, man. You did a lot.
Yeah, it's such a it's not as what people think it is as far as the stars that they have or the certain guys, this, that, whatever. And sometimes, it's a very tricky thing. You got to be careful what you say because it's like you're either hating or this and that. I'm far from that. But I think I was one of the best one-on-one players ever, right? But again, I did what my team needed me to do also at the same time.
Right. Right. This is a question I wanted to ask you, right? If you could play someone one on one, right? Any player in history,
Mhm.
who are you playing?
One-on-one?
One on one. Since we're talking about you being the best at one on one.
It didn't matter. I didn't care. Especially great defenders.
Okay.
Like great defenders. It didn't matter to me. Great defenders. And listen, I don't like the one-on-one thing because one-on-one is phony.
Right.
It's it's not basketball. Basketball is not a one-on-one sport,
The team sport.
right? It's a team sport.
Correct.
So um it's not tennis, it's not golf, It's not it's even baseball. It's not one-on-one with the pitcher and the batter. It's the catcher. It's where the pitcher is like, all right, I'm gonna let you hit it, but then this guy's gonna clean it up and get you. It's like so much to it.
Right.
Right. So even soccer, even if you're one-on-one with somebody, it's still other people on the field that can make you change certain things. So the one-on-one thing, you see this whole big phenomenon about 1v1. It's like it's circus shit. It's like and one, right? No disrespect to the and one guys, because a lot of those guys are my guys, but it's not basketball. It's just not basketball. And I was a really good one-on-one player. No one can stay in front of me one-on-one, right? But that's not helping the team if you don't know what to do after you pass that person.
Correct. No,
You
I
know what I
agree with
mean?
you. I agree with you. And shout
You
out
don't
to
get to
Shane because
dribble.
I'm cool
Yeah,
with Shane.
you don't get to dribble 1,000 times. There's 24 seconds on the shot clock. When you pass half court, it's 17 seconds. Then you got to run a play. And if they stop you on this one, what do? Then this guy's open over here. You're gonna keep going one-on-one until you get your shot. You're gonna go from the right side to the left side just so you can get your shot. That's not gonna work. It's 8 other people on there
Correct.
besides guarding you. So it's not realistic.
But it's something that like you said is a phenomenon, right?
Yeah,
People
right now it's a money grab,
right,
right?
right, right.
Tracy McGrady's doing a one-on-one, 1v1 thing. Michael Beasley, Lance Stevenson's doing the one-on-one, 1v1. And it's good for these kids. It's good for these guys. That's like it's good, it's great, but it's not basketball.
Is it more entertainment?
That's all it is. That's all it
Okay.
is. That's all it is.
All right. So
Kobe during my time was the best one-on-one player.
absolutely.
And it showed it in games because he was like he took the toughest shots statistically in the league, right? Because he was kind of locked in on one. And then he started getting older, and it was more so, right? It was more so like a surgeon. He knew why he was doing certain things, making his pass, going away from a double team, doing this, doing that. It's like certain things like that.
Was he the toughest player to guard?
Him and for me, Jason Kidd. People get surprised when I
Jason
say Jason
Kidd.
Kidd. Yeah, because can
Wow.
Jason Kidd will score 10 points and still dominate the game. That's really hard to guard because Jason Kidd understood basketball as a whole. Where if
Okay.
you cut me off, I'm gonna let you do that. I'm gonna let everybody else shift, and then this guy over here is the corner. Or if I go to the basket, I'm gonna let you act like you're gonna block it, but then this guy's here, I'm gonna dump it to him. Like it's
Correct.
just so many different things that he can do. Get the ball off the rebound. I'm not gonna dribble it up. I'm gonna advance it and put the pressure on the defense to get back, right? Because then I got a one-on-one guy that has a one-on-one opportunity at the moment. I'm going to give it to him. Half court, we're going to do this. This guy's going to come over here. This guy's going to slide down. I want you to be open on the slot. Like it's just that's hard to guard because it's his mind you have to read, right? Not the ball. You reading his mind. What's happening next? Is it a guy in the back of me? Because I can't see what's in back of me. He can
Right.
see everything, right? So he can make our defense shift this way where a guy's open that way, right? So
Wow.
it's harder to understand. And no disrespect to fans, but their brain is not as as equipped to when you get to high level thinking.
I listen. I agree with you. I agree with you, but I am shocked as well because I really thought you would say someone like Kobe, obviously T Mac.
Yeah, I mean they were hard to guard, the one-on-one players, right? We're all hard. So well, not all. Certain guys are hard one-on-one guys to guard. But if you load up, I gotta figure something else out, right?
You're 6'4", right, Mobley? 6'4"? Okay. And Kobe was what,
6'6",
6'6"?
but I had a longer reach, right? So I'm like 6'4", 6'5", but I had like a 7 foot wingspan. So
That's what I
I
was gonna
was
say.
yeah, I was longer, right? So even I'm posting up Tracy McGrady, I'm posting up Joe Johnson, and they're 6'8", 6'9", and I'm getting my shot off no problem, right? So my reach was longer, and I learned certain techniques that a lot of people don't know.
Cut. If you don't mind me calling you Cut, is that
That's fine.
cool?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. How did a kid from Philly make it all the way to the NBA?
I
Real
think
talk.
yeah, discipline, right? So you know, it, I listened well. I kept my head down, and I knew what I wanted to do, right? But then God also put me in a position to have four amazing parents,
Amen.
to be born in Philadelphia, to be born around Kobe Bryant, Alvin Williams, Jason Lawson, Rasheed Wallace, Aaron McKee, Eddie Jones, Rick Brunson, Pooh Richardson, you name it. I have pros all around me, right? So you are who your environment is. So my environment was a lot of pros, and we didn't know that at the time because nobody was a pro. It was either college or high school. So as much as it was my work ethic and my discipline, it was still my environment. A lot of it was my environment.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Holy cow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot of people, I think the best thing for a parent to do is put your child in the best environment possible because as soon as they go outside the house, you can't control it.
Yeah.
Right. So if I can put you in an environment where when you're outside the house, there's another father like me, there's another mother like me, there's a football coach like this. This is, when you're upstanding individual, right? I pride myself on being a good man, good father, right? Even though I'm a single father, right? But my mom always said since I was little, she's always on the side of right. Even when you do wrong, you have to pay for it. So I'm not perfect, but I always try my best to do the right thing for people, not just black people, not just brown people, not just for people
In general.
in general.
Okay.
That's human. That's the human race. The only race we actually have is human race. You understand? So, in understanding that and understanding we're here on earth to serve and suffer, right? And suffering is a very unique thing, right? Suffering is in everyday life, whether you're a baby and you're learning how to crawl, walk, whether you're in first grade, whether you're a mom your first time, whether you're a dad your first time, whether you're a little boy trying to sport or a little girl trying to learn a sport, or it's your first job after you come out of college. When you go into college, you're suffering. Everybody suffers for a minute, right? A lot of people don't learn how to suffer the best way, right? So I say that suffering is the problem that you have to get in front of quick. It's kind of like the buffalo and the cow. The
Right.
cow runs away from the storm, the buffalo goes through the storm. I want everybody to be more of a buffalo. Go through the storm fast because then now all of a sudden, oh, damn, I got more sun and shiny and good day. But if I run from the problem, I run from the storm, if I run from it, it's going to chase me. So I'd rather meet it quick. Meet the devil as fast as you can so you can get him out your way, right? Some
Are you a believer, Cut?
of God.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, somebody made this.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do the Christian and all the, but I don't do none of those things. I just don't believe in those things, right? I mean, of course, I believe in that it's a religion, but I'm not a person who, a lot of people say, "Oh, are you Christian?" It's like, why am I? Can I just be a good person, right? So you start labeling yourself. It's like, "Oh, I'm a father." No, I'm a parent. I'm a parent. If my son needs a hug and a kiss and this, I'm going to give it to him. If my daughter needs this discipline, I'm going to give it to her. Like
Right.
I'm a parent, right? You don't just become one thing. You become all things,
Amen.
especially
Yeah.
when it's needed. When you're playing a game of basketball, if I'm a point guard, my big need me to come down there and help him with the rebound. I can't say, "Well, I'm a point guard. I shouldn't do that." No, get you. This is the sport of life is do anything possible to win the game, right? The game of life, you don't have just one position, right? And I
You have
can't.
many. You have plenty.
I'm a dad. I shouldn't be hugging and kissing and talking. No, that's what you're exactly supposed to do, and you're supposed to do the other thing too.
That's listen, I have a 4-year-old boy and a girl, she's turning 1 in a week. And listen, I'm so grateful. Definitely changed my life. Cut just to give you a little insight. I was a gangbanger for 20 years,
Oh, nice.
right? So I stole a lot of money. I was just the worst of the worst, right? What they call the worst. And
See, but you met the devil quick. That's why I said nice, right? My father, he was the two striker. You got to meet him fast. Can't meet him
absolutely.
late. It's hard. It's hard to recoup when it's late.
But then
It's
again,
hard to
you
make
did.
money in your 60s opposed to when you're in your 20s, right? I can lose money in my 20s and become great in my 30s if I learn my lesson. You learn your lesson, and that's okay.
Yes.
That was the lesson you had. See, that was your journey. You had to do it. It wasn't not your mother, your father. No, the journey before you came on earth. This is what you needed to do. And when you came here, they gave you those two parents. They gave you the environment, and they said, "Listen, I'm gonna give you another chance. Now, what you gonna do?" And you chose that. So, "Let me get it out the way fast. I still got a little bit in me from the last time. So let me get this out the way." And then once you clear that up, you say, "Okay, you know what? God fear man. I do this, and this, and I feel good about myself, who I am as a person. I don't have to prove any bravado, any this, that, whatever. My purpose is this." So your purpose overlapped your ego. So now it's purpose before ego. And
Right.
the older you get, that's how it is. Your purpose has to dominate the ego. When you're younger and wanting to be successful, your ego dominates the purpose because I don't know what exactly my purpose is.
See, I was able to retire 7 years ago.
Hmm.
Um, I was a music producer.
Okay.
Um, did a lot of records. I mean, you name it. You probably listen to a few of them now. Um, but I left that lifestyle and I became an engineer, mechanical engineer.
Oh, wow.
And by the grace of God, man, I was able to retire from it,
Amazing.
7 years ago. So I understand clearly what you're saying. Yeah, and you're right. I had to run right through it.
Yeah.
I had to. I had no choice.
Yeah.
I was raised. you know, without a father, unfortunately, right? I mean,
Mhm.
I am from New York. Primary majority, I mean, I would say 90%, of the Latinos and the black community are raised without a dad in New York.
Mhm.
That's just the truth.
Mhm.
And I was one of them, right? And but again, exactly what you said. I had to run right through it, and I'm here now.
Right.
I'm able to travel. I was able to retire my wife as well.
Mhm.
Um, Two beautiful kids, an amazing family, and yeah, we here now, cut.
Yeah.
Now I'm on Zoom with you, but one of my favorite players, man.
I appreciate it.
I've been. I think I've sent you how many messages I sent you,
Yeah,
cut.
yeah, yeah. And that's my fault. Just going through doing all this other stuff and not being organized like I should, and if doing this and doing that and blah blah blah. I'm start my podcast back, Dad's Point of View, and then I got a show that I'm pitching right now. I'm trying to find the right I guess
Team director,
oh well no, it's more sports bar because it's more of a
really? Okay.
it's super interesting, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's genius actually.
Okay.
This is what a lot of the people, the few not a lot, a few of the people
You
that
you
I
you care to elaborate? It's up to you.
yeah no it's called pick and roll.
Okay. Oh,
Right. So the
wow.
terminology, right? It's called pick and roll. So I will go to a sports bar, and say if it's Dave and Buster's or Buffalo Wild Wings, and what we're doing is we're live streaming, but we're watching the game. So we're roped off watching the game, whether it's myself, another NBA guy, and one of my other hosts. And then what we'll do is we're critiquing the game, watching the game, having fun. Then we'll pull whoever's at the sports bar in to kind of elaborate on what they think this game or who's their favorite person and what's life like and blah blah and what you want to do. But it's live streaming.
That's
Okay, while we're
amazing.
watching the game. And then what we'll do is once it's up and popular, we'll pick a city and roll to it. Right. So it's called pick and
Wow.
roll. Yeah. So I'm right
Clever.
now looking for the finance, looking for the, whether it's gonna be Buffalo Wild Wings or Dave and Buster's or, just a chain that's a sports bar that you can go to, and every city has Buffalo Wild Wings, every city has Dave and Buster's.
Mm-hmm.
So go there and say, okay, we're going to do it here. And then we have certain NBA guys, maybe a host guy that knows basketball and loves the sport. And then, we'll fans going to be at the sports bar. So we'll just pull them. Hey, do you want to talk and know about, we ask them certain questions, bam. Throughout the consistency of we may be there for one game, we may be there for two games. It
Right.
doesn't matter. But yeah, so that's the one I'm really passionate. I love. Besides, of course, Dad's Point of View, where I give fathers, all types of fathers, a platform to kind of talk about whether you had a father or didn't have a father like yourself, right? And then you became a good man, right? You became a better version of yourself. That right there there's no platforms like that where you get highlighted of being the superhero that we are.
Listen, I'm here. I think I sent you this, right? I'm here to support in any way. Whatever you need from me, I'm here.
Thank you.
Right? Michael is here.
I
So you
appreciate
let me know. Listen, I have your number now. We can talk whenever. I'm here.
I
We
appreciate
here.
that,
You let
man.
me know, and listen, you in Cali. I'm in Jersey,
Okay.
originally from New York.
Mhm.
But I travel to Cali all the time. I mean, I
Right.
have
When you come
family
here,
out
just
there.
holler at me. Listen, I don't go out. I just sit in my front. I cook. We sit in the back, chop it up. As much as I am a, basketball star, whatever it is, I'm a chill dude, bro. I chill out, man. I don't want no problems.
You've always been that way.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, listen, I've always been like that, but I was always social, or I was social butterfly. So I wanted my household, Rasheed Wallace, Alvin Williams, everybody come to my house to eat. Everybody come to my mom, my pop, made sure everybody ate. We had a cheesesteak spot. Everybody go eat for free. All that. It was always like that. So how I grew up when I had my own money, because we was in the hood and still rich, right? Right. My pop was a hustler, so we was in the hood and still rich. So, you know what I mean? I was never poor. I wasn't poor in love. I wasn't poor. I was never poor. So, when I got money, I'm just giving it. Yo, come on, yeah. And we go to the club. Yo, come on, y'all. You good? You all right? You sure? The other cats is hustle. Yo, get him a bottle.
You were just
Yo,
splurging.
yeah, like I just think I don't. My mom told my cousin this, and you're the first person I told this. My mom told my cousin Kamal, it's him and Alvin Williams and Kaida Williams are my best friends. Love them to death. Growing up, right? I have other best friends, the older you get, but she
Right.
told my cousin Kamal when I first came to the league, she said, "Listen, take care of your cousin because he loved people more than he do money."
Wow.
Right? So
That's
money to me,
powerful.
yeah, money to me is yeah, it's fun, it's cool, but it's not what I love, right? I love people, right? And I see the potential in people. I come from the ghetto. I come from the hood. I come from my father's a two striker. My brother serving three lifetimes. My one cousin, what I'm saying? My uncle was lifetime and then he passed away, but he got to see NBA games. They let him come to Orlando with me when I was in Orlando, and I had a gated community, and they had to, we had to tell he was a murder convicted, felon. So we had to tell the community, and the community welcomed him, and it was all good. And when I
It
got
was all
traded,
love.
yeah, when I got traded from there, he went back to Philly and then a year later passed away. But if he just probably stayed with me, he'd probably still been alive, right? Because of the environment, the energy. I believe in energy, Mike, right? And if the energy is right, the cells in the body, activates and helps you become your best version. Now, if the energy's wrong, the cells in the body activates
Yeah,
and
I
it
agree with you.
tears you down quickly, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I guess this is why, you know, I felt, see, when I sent you that DM, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, um, you answered back quickly, and I was like, wow, you're a good dude. Like, typically, for the most part, they'll leave you on red, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
but you answer quickly, and I said, damn, and he keeps answering, so let me just keep on trying. And I felt that energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I think Cut's cool. Even though, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna keep it real, Cut. You in the NBA, you in the league. Your
Mhm.
demeanor was crazy. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? So I
No, I
said,
was a psycho. I was a psycho.
yeah. So I said, you
I-
know what? I think Cut is about to curse me out and say, yo, you know what? F you, Mike. Yada
mm,
yada yada, blah blah blah. Stop hitting me up, and but it wasn't like that. So going
no,
back to what you just said, right? The energy was there. So, and I appreciate you, man, for real, Cut.
sure.
I have a lot of NBA friends. I mean, I have a few. You know what I'm saying? That are in the league now. And a few that are not. You know what I mean? I don't know what their endeavors are, but we still talk here and there. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? But
mhm.
yeah, again, man, I appreciate you dearly, man, and hopefully this is a start of a friendship. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for you, like I said, and hey, we
I,
here.
appre- I appreciate that a lot, man. Definitely. It's hard to find genuine people the older you get, and a lot of people don't really understand the intricate part of being an athlete or being a celebrity, whatever you want to call it,
Right.
because even your family uh, get mesmerized by the money or the and or
The
the
fame.
yeah, and it's actually not their fault. It wasn't meant for them to be blessed. It's your lesson that you have to, whether it's blessings, suffering, whatever it is, right? So certain guys that, make it big and they're not prepared because they haven't foreseen what's going to happen. But unless you are your internal data, right? The most, I would say the most important thing in your life when growing up and leaving home is your internal data, right? How was the love? How was your environment when you walk outside, neighbors, this? That internal data is very, very, very important. And if it was your mom was manipulating or your dad was dismissive or he didn't give you hugs and kisses and talk to you or because I believe any boy, their father should be hugging and kissing them and really talking to them about life more because then that helps them be the strong man, right? Back when I'm 50, so my dad and my stepfather did that for me. I was blessed to have four parents, so I couldn't imagine not having the love I had from both those men, right? What would I be emotionally as a person? I would be irregulated. I wouldn't know how to regulate my emotions, right?
Right.
So I'm going to do certain things that I don't want to do. Whether I'm dead, I'm in jail, or I'm doing this, whatever I'm doing, opposed to okay, my father used to always tell me when I was younger, everything don't need a response. And I find that in my neighborhood, a lot of cats that grow up with no dad and they're surrounded around a lot of women, you have female tendencies of emotion,
Yeah.
right? So it blurs out quick, and I'm just going to blah blah. And sometimes you got to internalize it. You got to do this, and this. Think more calm, logic, and then live to fight another day. And I was blessed to have that in me as a kid, to have those people. And again, that's God. Really, out of all the 8 billion people, he said, "Yo, I'm gonna give you these two guys right here. These two
Mm.
guys gonna help you because you did all right the last time. So I'm gonna give you some more help." Right. So it's okay, cool. And then I'm gonna give you these two women. They cool as hell. They down to earth, this, that, one. Now, one of them hard as shit. She gonna be hard on you. The other one, right? So it was like it was that conversation that God had with me, and I said, okay, cool, I got you. And when I came out, boom, I said, all right, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna be a good person. I'm gonna, because I don't know, some people don't believe it, but I believe it. Whatever you was before, when you come to this life, that's why I say be your best. Because when you come back, you may come back as a cockroach, you may come back as a fly, you may come back as something. You know what I'm saying? That's my crazy brain, man. Don't listen to me. I don't want no religious people, whatever. That's just my crazy brain. I don't want no problems when I come back. I want to come back as cool. Listen, I want to come back a super athlete too. That's a good person. So I want to come back again playing the sport.
would you
So
would you want to come back as a ball player?
yeah, oh God, I love the game so much. I love the game so much. Next time I come back, man, I want to be really dialed in.
But you were though.
Mom, no, I know, but what I know now, see, I started ball late.
Really?
Yeah, I started 13.
Yeah.
And
So
that,
typically
so,
that's a little late. Just a
yeah,
little bit.
well, yeah, that and you have to understand the knowledge of the game, right? The knowledge of the
The
game,
IQ,
like LeBron has, like Jordan has, like Kobe has, like certain
CP.
people, CP, Jason Kidd, certain people have a certain Gary Payton, they have certain knowledge that a lot of guys just play. They don't understand strategy, right? Situational basketball. How do I use my timeouts? When do I get us in the bonus? It's 5 seconds left. We down two. What do I do? Right? Like a lot of people don't understand that, right? You see 98% of the NBA players now, they they don't think they play,
Right.
right? And then
I
you
could
think,
agree.
but the coach is only telling them to do this. So they're only thinking to a certain capacity, right?
Talking about the game now. Are you watching the playoffs?
I am.
Okay. What do you think about the I'm gonna say this, my New York Knicks. I'm a
Mhm.
huge Knicks fan, cut. What do you think about the Knicks? Gentlemen sweep?
The Knicks is what? Don't start going crazy, Mike. Come on, man. Come on, man. We're not that far into the pod now. Stop doing. Don't do that.
I wanted to take it there, cut.
This is a new friendship. You can't do that. Don't do that.
I wanted to take it there, cut. Nah, I think I see. I'm gonna be real, right? I'm a realist. I'm a realist. Huge Knicks fan, but I still believe that we're losing in 7. And I shouldn't even say that because my audience is gonna be so mad. But you know what? You guys gonna have to forgive me. Seriously, because I think we're losing in 7.
Okay, so surprising to me that Boston Celtics played the way they played 2 games in a row. Also surprising to me,
It hasn't happened since '98, by
yeah,
the way.
the way they won the game and the way Boston gave it to them was surprising to me. Okay.
Why is that?
Well, because Boston won the championship last year by shooting a lot of threes.
Right.
This is where the ego is in front of the purpose, right? Every game is not the same.
I see where you're
Every
going with it,
series
cut.
is not the
I
same.
see where you're going with it, cut. We just spoke
So,
about that. Okay,
so
cool.
the ego is in front of their purpose. Some games are different. You can't play the same game every series or every game. It's just that's not my daughter. I can't this I my daughter and my son, you talk to them differently. You have 12 players and you're the coach. You can't talk to every kid the same. There's different ways to talk to different kids. It's different games. You got to play differently. So their ego right now is in front of their purpose, and it's going to hurt them. Now, if they don't adjust, which I don't think they can, it's late. And the thing is, if New York Knicks team wasn't such a junk it up kind of team, I would say New York is gentleman sweep. But the way New York plays, I don't trust that they're going to. I don't trust that New York will beat them in seven. I want them to beat them in seven. It's great for basketball. It's great for New York. It's great for the world that the New York Knicks, seriously, they're
No,
one
no,
of the
I agree.
biggest
I agree.
marketing teams in the world of all sports. But I just the way their offense is to me, it's
Well,
like it's like AAU. It's like dribble. You don't got it. Okay,
come on,
dribble. You don't
cut.
got it. Okay, you don't got it. It's like there's no system. Do you
Come
know
on, cut.
what?
Oh man,
No, I'm serious.
you said AAU?
It's like AAU basketball. It's just pass, cut, pass. You got it. It's like dribble, weavy, 5 out. It's like that. It's like not a. There's no strategy. Jalen Brunson has a strategy,
Well,
but the offense itself,
it's
and maybe
stagnant.
that's this day and age, right? I come from a different day and age, but there has to be a system. Golden State has a system, right? And it's read and react.
Well, they've been together for so many years too, cut.
Well, I mean, what are we doing? Bridges, Hart, Jalen, they've been together since they was 18. What are we doing? They've been together since they was 18. You
You got that.
add Carl
You
Anthony
got that.
Towns.
You got
What
that. You got that. I
they've been
forgot
together.
about. No, I forgot about that. You got that.
They
You got
play
that
the
cut.
same. They play this. It's like a. It's as talented
Well,
as they are.
we play a lot of ISO ball,
Mhm.
and I hate it. And honestly speaking, I think, oh, this is gonna hurt. We have to get rid of Tibbs. We
You know,
have to.
so he was my coach.
I know.
Ti- Tibbs is not, and this I love
And this is
Tibbs.
why I said it's gonna hurt.
On the record, I love him to death. He's the reason why I became a great defensive mind. But
Mm,
Tibbs is a terrible offensive coach. Terrible. He'll run his players to the ground, right? The way they play their offense, it's not an easy flow. Sacramento Kings back in the early 2000s, Lakers triangle, San Antonio Spurs, right? Like they don't have that type of offense. The Chicago Bulls triangle, right? The
yeah.
Pistons, 89, 90. The way the system was, they don't have it. And is it because they hustle and play so hard defensively they don't have the energy? No. I just think it's just never been an offensive minded coach. You have your defensive minded coach. Even the Chicago Bulls when you had with Derrick Rose, they scored hard. It wasn't easy. It was hard with a very talented point guard.
Even Minnesota.
Right. It's very hard. It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
no
yeah.
flow, right? So it's the system. So it scares me as much as I want New York to beat Boston. It scares me that New York, because they score so hard, they got to get lucky that the other team beats themselves. And will Boston do that 2 more games? Is I
No,
don't know. I don't. I mean, listen, they may get hot these next couple of games. I don't know. But my point is, it still scares me because of New York's offense, not their defense, because of New York's offense.
no, I agree with you, Cut. But I think, and again, this hurts. This stings. But I think game three, Boston is they gonna come out strong, aggressive. I mean, they down 2-0. So I mean, I think personally they're taking game three. And I'm a huge Knicks fan, Cut. And
Right.
it hurts for me to say this, but I think they're taking game three. They're gonna come out. I think they're gonna change that, the game plan.
Who going to change the game plan?
I think the Celtics. I don't think it's too late. It's
What
only
what
games.
what they going to do?
They should drive to the paint. They should
You can
drive to the hole. I mean, you
you
have
can't do
Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum cut. Like,
you cannot do something you weren't used to doing in the second round of no playoffs. You can do that in the beginning of the season to see if it works. But if you haven't been doing it during the season, you're not going to do it. You average 53s a game. You're not
yeah,
going
but
to
they
stop.
only no, no, no. You're right. You're right. But they only started chucking threes last year, not the year before that. So I mean, they can change it. You know what I'm saying? Like they
How would you change it if we won? That's my point. The ego is. Do you know what the Missoula said? Why would I change it? We won the championship last year. That came out of his mouth
last night.
the other night for the first game after they lost first game. He didn't say verbatim, why would I change it? But he's like, we won the championship shooting threes,
Yeah.
basically. Why would I change it? Right. And I
Well,
know somebody that was training with Jalen Brown, and Jalen Brown was like, that's not what we do. And they were helping him with post moves. Tracy McGrady and them was helping him with those type of things. But if that's not what your team does, you got to rewire the brain, and it don't take one game to do that. Because even if the game is close, you're passing up threes, you're starting to question yourself, right? Because now it becomes strategies. Now, as I get to the basket, I put them in foul trouble. I do this, that, whatever. I walk them down. Do you have the patience to walk people down? I don't think you do because you're shooting 53s a game. That's faster pace. Miss or
yeah.
make, it doesn't matter. But see, New York's not. One thing about New York with Thibodeau's one of the best since I was playing. He's one of the best when it comes to three point defensive 3-point field goal percentage. It's very low. His teams are great at guarding that.
Not
They
this
play you
year.
close. Huh?
Not this year, cut.
What you mean?
Not this year. This year was awful.
Well, because of Jalen Brunson and Cat.
Yeah.
But they in this series they doing it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You know
You're
what I'm
right.
saying?
You're right. You're
So
right.
if Boston says, you know what, I'm not getting all the way to the paint. I'm gonna do this mid-range game. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, even me, Cuttino. If I mid-range kill them, get to a spot, we have a better chance. But in the brain, it's like a three or all the way to the basket. It's a three or kick it to the wing and for another three. It's messing up the whole flows. They don't know which one to commit to. That's just my opinion.
No, no, no. You're right. You're right. And I agree with you. Well, now, since we're talking about right threes and do you can we blame Curry for that?
Blame them?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do. The peanut gallery, that's what they do. They blame Curry for changing the game.
No, I wouldn't blame Curry because that's his strength. That's not everybody else's strength. I mean, people can shoot threes, but that's just not shooting 15. Michael Jordan said that he's like, I don't want to actually be great at shooting threes because they're not take away from my ability to go to the basket, right? Like I put pressure on the defense when I can go to the basket because I'm putting guys in foul trouble. It's easier shots. I get to the free throw line. I'm stopping the clock. I get the rest. See this strategy. But a lot of teams are like, well, if you got Klay Thompson, see if Klay Thompson wasn't here, then it wouldn't be blaming Stephen Curry because it'd be just Stephen Curry by himself, and it'd be harder for him to do that. But when you got a guy over here that can shoot and a guy over here that can shoot, and then you got Kevin Durant guy
And
over
let's
here,
not forget KD.
that's what I'm saying. It's hard because people don't understand this. Draymond Green, Iguodala, Sean Livingston, Steph Curry, all point guards. So you got 4 point guards on the floor, and one of them is an excellent shooter. And then you have a deadly shooter in Klay Thompson that don't even need to dribble to get 60, right? So when you have that strategy, everybody's trying to mimic that where you don't have the personnel. So of course you're going to lose because we're going to walk you down. I got one guy to pass the ball, Steph, and then run all around. And the two guys come with me, Klay Thompson's open, right?
Yep. Yep.
It's just the strategy of it. They're not thinking like that. Okay, they're not thinking, let's slow it down. Let's get in the post. Let's
Slow the
take
pace
time off.
down.
Kind of like football. You watch football?
Yeah, 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 of course. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so in football, when you have a high octane offense like a Kansas City Chiefs, but then on the other side, you got a running back and you got a guy that can manage the game. The quarterback can manage the game, but you got a running back. Should I throw the ball like Pat or should I run the ball? I'm going to run it because if I can take 31 minutes off the clock, it's less opportunity for Pat Mahomes.
Right.
It's the same strategy in when you got high octane threes. I'm going to chill out, right? I'm gonna pass it around. I'm gonna dump it down. But if you don't want your big shooting post ups, you see a lot of guards that wave the big out, even when it's a switch. Now they got a big 7-footer on the top of the key, but you got a big down low with a 6'2", 6'3" guy. I'm giving it
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah.
Now when it kills the guard's legs, now they can't do X, Y, and Z. The strategy is wrong. Memphis, the way they played OKC, strategy is wrong. You got Jackson and you got the big boy
Zach
Edey.
Edey. Edey.
You didn't post them up none. They
Yeah.
catching the ball at the 3-point line. Jackson.
At the
Edey not
key.
even giving them a look. So you didn't
And he's not a
utilize.
stretch five, right? I don't think he
No,
is. Yeah,
no.
yeah,
He
yeah,
should have
yeah.
been in the post more, right? So the strategy of basketball is they're going that route because they think, okay, everything's about threes. No, it's actually not, truthfully. I can walk you down and make this game slower. Oh, but the fans, I don't care about the fans. I want to win. So how do I win? Slowing it down. When I played in high school, I watched there was save us an all white team, and then mixed
Uh-huh.
team athletic. They'll play 4 out.
Oh
So they'll
wow.
just waste the clock. You come, dribble it past you, pass it back to the corner, go field. The other guy comes over, right? And you're wasting the clock. So now the score be like 32 to like 30. So now it's mental. So I don't let you get out on the fast breaks fast, right? You're not going to shoot a three because you're not comfortable shooting threes. You're trying to get to the basket. We're packing it in. See, now I'm making you think.
Yep.
It's no strategy no more. Coaches want to play like other coaches. Everybody can't play like Denver
And that's
because
whack.
Joker runs the offense. Everybody's not Joker, right? You got Hardenstein in OKC, who should have never left New York, right? You got him in OKC where what he do? Gets the ball top of the key. Guys are cutting off of him, pass cut. It makes it easy for the other guys. Less brunt on their body, not a lot of dribbling. They can move freely. You
Yeah.
understand? Not a lot of teams can do that because they don't have that intelligence or they don't have that big that is willing to pass like that.
Yeah, no, I like Hartenstein. I was actually upset, but I get it though. You're going for, you going for whatever is needed for, for you to take care of your family. That's just what it is. I mean, I think it was what he got 80 mil for 2, 3, 4 years,
Mhm, mhm,
and we was giving him 70. So
mhm.
I get it. I get it. I mean, the fans, they shouldn't even get upset. But you know what though? Going back to Jokic, right? Who is the MVP of this year?
Of this year,
Who's the MVP? Obviously, there's only two that you can mention, right? You got Shea and Jokic, but it's debatable.
yeah, it is. I, w- I wouldn't mind Shea winning it, right? But I think Joker is the MVP of the league. He's the best player in the league.
That's a bold statement, cut.
No, it's not. It's real. He's top two in the most important five categories. Top two. He's either one or two in the assists,
Rebounds.
rebounds, points, block. He's number one or two. That's crazy to me. Think about that. A center,
Yeah.
assist and
Yeah. Yeah.
steals,
Yeah. Yeah.
assist and steals.
It's an anomaly for real.
But guess what? He's not even a person who even likes scoring. He likes to pass it.
He likes dishing. Yeah. Yeah.
He'll
Yeah.
dominate. He's like LeBron to me. LeBron didn't come into the league. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. When they all came into the league, LeBron was the only one out of the three that didn't come in as no offensive juggernaut. But he surpassed everybody, youngest to 1,000, youngest to 5,000, youngest to 10,000, youngest to 20,000, youngest to 25, youngest to 30.
Now he's at 40.
Like when you know the game, you know the game. That's my point. If I know how to play this game and I still dominate, LeBron is top 10 in points, top 10 in rebounds, assists. Well, he might not be top 10 in rebounds yet. he might be 15, top 15 ever. But
He's probably, yeah, I think he's either
that's
15 or 20.
that's just like unbelievable to me, man.
So
That
so
don't make sense.
so I'm assuming you're okay. So all right, cut. We about to get it's about to get a little spicy. Jordan or LeBron?
And what go you say doing
Just
about what?
just Jordan or LeBron. Who you got? Who's the better player? I guess I'm assuming who's the
No,
better
don't
player.
say that. Don't
Okay,
say that.
so all
They
right,
play different parts. Look, they play different positions, right? LeBron's the two. I mean, LeBron's a three, all around more of a point guard, and Jordan's a two. He's a scorer, right? Yeah, he can pass the ball, blah blah, the whole thing. But LeBron James is the best all around player ever. He's the best all around player ever. You give LeBron James four dudes from Home Depot. You give Michael Jordan four dudes from Home Depot. LeBron James going to the playoffs. You know what I'm talking about?
Cut is
Listen, there's
trying to
no
go
disrespect.
viral.
Listen. There's
Cut
no
is going
disrespect to my
viral.
no disrespect to my poppies from Home Depot. I love them, but come on, LeBron James can take four dudes. Come on, man.
Damn.
Come on. LeBron James can take four dudes from Home Depot and go to the playoffs. It's simple.
As much as I don't want to agree with you, Cut, I'm gonna have to. And I'm a Jordan. Listen, to me, he's the GOAT. I think. See, look, here's the thing too, Cut. Right? I think when that question gets brought up, to me, it's more like a personal preference. You know what I mean? Because they played in different eras too. You know you. So I think Jordan was the GOAT of his era, and LeBron is the GOAT of this era. But where do we leave Kobe? So that's where it get
I
it
think Kobe.
gets
I
a little
think
tricky.
Kobe. What can Mike do better than Kobe? Nothing. Nothing. So Kobe's in that, right? I just the put it this way: it can be more than one goat, just like you can love more than one person, right? I just think it's three goats, actually four goats. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. If you look at his stats, it's crazy,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So they anointed Mike the goat, and you left out Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And he's
You
never
left out Will
mentioned.
Chamberlain. Will Chamberlain averaged 50 one year and 25 assists one year. What are we doing?
Yeah,
Right? What are we
Kareem is never mentioned. Cut.
never mentioned? Will Chamberlain's never mentioned.
Don't know why.
Never mentioned.
And
It's always a
his
guard.
stats
It's
is
always somebody that's a
crazy.
guard. It's always somebody that's a guard. Never the
Yeah.
big.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a shame he's never mentioned. You're right. Yeah, it's a shame. You know what? How was it playing with Yao?
Love y'all.
Yeah, do you guys still talk till this day?
Yeah, I'm actually going. I'll be with him June 4th to the 10th. 4th
Oh,
to the
that's
9th.
dope.
I'll be
That's
yeah
dope. That's dope.
in
You going
China.
out there?
Yep.
On he's
I'll
in
be in
China. He's
China.
Chinese, right? He's going. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
How
I'll be
was it
out.
work? How was it? How was it? Being alongside Yao. It was cool.
Yeah, Yao,
He wasn't very talkative.
no, gentle giant. But when he did talk, it was powerful, right?
Wow.
He
Okay.
made sense. He didn't just talk because he had a mouth, right? He talked with meaning, and that's what you know. Some people talk because they're nervous of quietness.
Right.
He wasn't that, right? Stillness and quietness was actually the friend, and he would only when necessary talk. Right? Yeah,
Gentle giant.
gentle giant.
He was nice, man. Nah, yeah, Yao had game.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of people didn't give him gave him his props, but he had game. He was dope. He was cool. Especially, listen, oh man, you guys had a squad. You, franchise, Yao.
Yeah,
Jeez, man.
yeah.
You guys are still cool? You and Steve?
Oh, for sure. It's my brother.
Okay.
I mean, I live in LA, but uh he lives in Houston, so I don't get to see a lot of my guys as much. A lot of us, dads and whether it's volleyball and basketball and soccer and all this other stuff and our own lives, we don't get to be around each other as much that we used to, all of us, because we're in the locker room every day with each other and in the game every day with each other. So it's totally different life when you don't play no more.
Really?
Yeah. I
Wow.
mean, think about it. When you were doing music, you was in the studio hours, right? You
Oh
weren't home,
yeah.
a lot, right? So you gotta middle of the night, you go in the studio 9, 10, you go out the whole. I remember one time I was with Fat Joe in the studio and he was doing a song and it was the same song and he kept listening to the beat and he was trying to correct it and I didn't think anything was wrong with it, but it took 5 hours. I'm like, God damn, I don't like music like I thought I did. Like, I want to go, dog.
And
But
that's light.
the artist, exactly, the artist stays all night.
Yeah.
Same thing in basketball. You stay all day in the gym or you with your guys. So the wife, the girlfriend, the kids, they lose out, right?
Yeah. I had a choice to make, cut. I said, look,
Yeah,
it's either music or my wife or my
yeah,
family. And
yeah,
I
yeah,
said, you know what? I'd rather choose my wife, man.
yeah.
I
Yep,
left it alone. Yeah,
yeah,
that lifestyle. Same thing, same thing as you guys, man. You guys, listen. I know you guys had a lot of fun, right? A lot
yeah.
of fun.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Especially, traveling to different cities and meeting other people and obviously women and you name it. I know you guys had a lot of fun. So for me, going to different countries, Lord Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
it was fun.
So yeah,
It's a
had the
lot more fun now, in understanding life and being a lot more um still and peaceful than when you were younger and doing it just to do it, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure when you were living that certain life, even if you didn't feel like drinking or you didn't feel like doing this, you didn't feel like doing it, you still did it because of the environment. And then the older you guys, like, nah, I'm cool. I don't want to do that. And you felt okay with yourself. But then when you were younger, you either thought you were missing out or you were disappointing somebody. And that's lack of boundaries, right? Because we don't learn boundaries at a very young age. So what we do is we sacrifice our self-love. And then you become you start to hate yourself and then it projects out to the world because you're not actually living the life that you should be living, right? Because you're pretending to be something that you're actually not.
I agree with you.
That's the trick of that.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
There were times cut where you're right. I didn't want to drink,
Yeah.
but I had no choice.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I had a choice. I had
Yeah.
a choice. I just didn't want to be that whack homie.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
Like,
guess
oh,
what?
Mike,
You
you
want to be
whack.
social. You want to be social and you want this is the only way I can be able to talk to these girls and these guys and be happy
Right.
is to do this because other than that, I want to go home. They're annoying or this ain't for me or this, that, whatever. It's like I have to do this. Uh, yeah, you don't have to do it, but you have to do it. The old self had to do it, right? Because that's to belong, to become, right? Who you are now is something you had to do.
Yeah.
You understand?
Absolutely.
Right. No different,
Absolutely.
no different than when you play the sport of basketball, you have to give something up, that old self up to become a greater self. Training, lifting, watching film, you have to give up social life, right? You have to give something up. There's three things I tell kids all the time: sports, school, and social. Out of the three, one will suffer. Just like in basketball, there's no such thing as three stars on the same team. One of the stars are going to suffer out of the three. Two can do well, not three.
KD, Booker, Beal,
Bill suffered,
perfect example.
right? Bosh, Wade, Bron, Bosh suffered. Now he did well, but he didn't wasn't the person when he first came there. That's anything, right? KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. KG took a back seat. He was just defense, right? I don't care what team you name. It's only two. The other one has to sacrifice. What else can I do?
And sometimes it's one,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
What was it for you when you was in the Rockets? who took that seat, that back seat?
Well, it was
Was
just me and Steve until Yao Ming came, and then when Yao Ming came, I took it.
was that voluntarily?
Um, yeah, I mean, because I understood,
Your
right?
role.
Yeah, I understood my role.
Okay. Okay. Now,
I
do you
understood
guys
my
have a
role.
conversation beforehand? Like, look, I'm the one that's gonna, take the back seat, or it's something that just happened.
No, I just knew what was most important,
Gotcha.
right?
Okay.
Because I can play off of everybody. Steve had to handle the ball, and Yao Ming had to get the ball. So I can be spot up, I can penetrate, I can do all those things. So it didn't to me, my game would still be the same. It's just I don't get as many shots. But I still averaged 17 with Yao. It didn't
Yeah, you
matter.
did.
You know what I'm saying? So it didn't really matter to
Yeah,
me.
you did. Listen, like I said, I was telling my wife, man, the swiftiest lefty I've ever seen, man. Real talk. So when
Yeah,
you answered, I was like, man, oh man, my boy cut, man. I was shocked, man. I was a fan. I was a fan, man, for real, for real. How did you get involved with the with the big three?
Cube called us,
Really?
right?
Okay.
Yeah, so he's like, we come up with this concept, big three. We're gonna travel around cities and two captains per team. And then Corey Maggette hit me. He was like, "Yo, listen, me and you should be on the same team. We should do this, that, whatever." And then we were on the same team, and we the rest is history.
And you do it every year? Is that every year?
I'm retired from it now, but yeah, it was. It started in 2017.
Oh wow. But I know
Mhm.
you guys won did you win like the chip, right? You can say?
Yeah, yep, yep.
Who was on that squad? It was you,
Me,
Corey?
yep, me, Corey Maggette, Quentin Richardson,
Oh, Q
big,
Rich. Okay.
yep, big baby, Glenn Davis, Birdman, Chris Anderson. Um, yeah, that was our core.
Damn, big baby. I think yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he's incarcerated, correct?
Hmm.
Damn,
Yeah,
shout out to Big Baby, man.
yeah, for sure.
I want to ask you, right? And this is quick, right? This is a 1-2 punch. Prime Iverson or Prime D Wade?
Prime Iverson or Prime D Wade.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Prime Iverson or Prime D Wade. Prime Iverson or Prime D Wade. I love Allen Iverson, but I'm gonna go D Wade. He did more.
Okay. Okay. More is as in what? Chips and
Everything,
okay.
defense, offense, everything. He did, but again, Iverson was amazing, right? But D Wade is something else.
Okay. I think I'm gonna get you with this. Kenny Anderson or Ross Strickland?
Kenny Anderson or Rod Strickland.
The Wizard. Really? Okay. Wow. All
And I
right.
love Kenny, and I love Kenny Anderson, right? I grew up watching Kenny. I love him, but I'm gonna go Rod. I'm gonna go Rod.
And why is that?
Rod was cold in the league, dog, for a long time. He averaged what 18 and 8 for his career, some old crazy. Like Rod don't get the respect, right? Everything that Kyrie do, Rod taught him. Him and his Rod, Kyrie's dad and Rod taught Kyrie. So he's a combination of both of them. If you watch Kyrie Irving play one on one with his father, all those moves, that's his father's moves. And then there's dribbling is Rod. That's
Really?
just two people in one. Yeah.
Wow. Did not know that. I'm gonna have to look that up. Wow, that's crazy. Wow. What NBA player today reminds you of yourself?
I mean, I would say the closest one is the boy Jalen Williams from OKC.
From OKC?
He shoots threes. He got pull up game. He dunks the ball. He plays D. He does everything.
Jalen
Um,
Williams. Okay.
I would say him.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really see anybody else. Um, I don't, there's no other lefties that's because I wasn't dribbling the ball a lot. Like I was getting to the chicken quick, right? Playing games with people. I mean, I'm on you, I'm posting you up, I'm running the floor, I'm shooting threes, I'm pulling up. I'm getting to the chicken quick. I'm not even playing these games, right? I'm not into the game playing.
You're not leaving it in the oven, right?
Yeah, like I ain't oh, but like it's a certain style. Right? I wish James would have did, but he's in condition into his own system. But yeah, there's no lefties. I thought I was smooth, but there's no lefties that's smooth like that. That's like just get to the simple. I think Jalen Williams is like that.
you was you I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, you was the swiftiest lefty I've ever seen, man. Real talk. And I'm gonna keep on reiterating that because it's
Thank
the
you.
truth.
Thank you.
It's the truth, man. I've never
So it's funny,
seen
funny
someone
is
like you, man.
J.R. Smith, Tracy McGrady, Joe Johnson, a lot of those guys they were asking them like who was one of the hardest guys to guard, and they all said me. And I love them for it.
Oh, they giving you your props, cut.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
love them for it.
Shout out to them. They giving you your props. Have you ever been mistaken for a celebrity?
A celebrity, no.
No? Hmm. Okay. What's one thing, right? And this is a personal, right? This is what I wanted to ask. This is my own personal question. What is one thing fans will be surprised to know about you?
I'm very transparent, so I don't really. I think
So
how I play,
transparency.
how yeah, yeah. No, I mean that's surprised to know about me is transparency is what they see, so that's not surprising.
Mhm.
But I think that when I play on the court, I play with anger. I'm like,
Yeah, you did.
but I'm more of a chill person, right? Like
You didn't look like that, cut.
Kobe played with like that, but he was very philosophical, stoic, chill person,
No, you play like that too.
right?
You didn't look. You look angry all the time, cut.
Yeah,
You look upset. You look tight.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, yo, I don't. Yo, did you ever fight? Did you ever get into a scuffle?
Yep. But a lot of guys knew I was already about it. So,
I
no,
like that.
seriously,
I like that.
no, seriously, a lot of guys
Go
already
catch
knew.
him in the locker room, right?
Yeah, I wasn't all that wolf ticket on the court. Like we can go in the locker room. I'll meet you in the back. Like we can do that. You know, I was that guy, right? So a lot of guys knew like Lee Catalone. Like don't even start with him, right? Because I'm not forgetting it. I'm gonna see you when we walking out to go to the bus or go in the car. I'm gonna see you then, right? And I want you to have that same energy. That's how I was, right? Not saying that's the best way, but that's just how I grew up like that.
Yeah.
All that old playing in 20,000, being tough in front of fans. I'm gonna see you after this, like that type of thing.
I'm gonna
I'm
see you
waiting
in the
for
back.
yeah, I'm waiting for you to locker.
Who was it? If you don't mind me asking.
I can't do that.
No. I don't mean I don't. Cut is about to. No, I'm talking about a scuffle that we've seen on air. Like I forgot. I mean, you've gotten into a couple of scuffles, but I just
No,
can't remember.
it was a few different guys where
Not something that happened in the back. No, not that.
No. I mean,
We
again,
not airing that out.
but again, it wasn't. I knew I was too important to the team to do something silly. But I am going to whisper in a person ear, or I am going to pop them while we're playing, something like that. I did that to a few dudes. I remember one time we were playing the Lakers, and one of the boys on Kobe's team starts just getting out. I don't know if it was his character or not, but Kobe was like, yo, leave him alone. Because we grew up together, right? So Kobe was telling dude, like, yo, leave him alone. Just leave him alone.
You don't want that smoke.
Yeah, he's not the one. He's not the one. Telling the dude, he's like, oh, like the kind of thing.
And he left you alone.
Well, yeah, of course.
Shout out to you. I don't know who you are, man, but shout out to you, big dog.
Yeah, I'm not, again, I don't even like playing the tough guy, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm like a bully. I'm a bully's bully. I don't play them games. Like, just be a good person, right? If you want to play basketball, play basketball. If you want to do boxing, go to boxing. If you want to do MMA, go to that. But don't go on the basketball court trying to be a boxer or an MMA fighter. Just leave it alone, right? Because it can turn into something different. People can get killed. So just stop it.
Oh yeah.
I come from that world.
Oh yeah.
So leave that world alone. Unless you want to go in that world, do that. Don't do this. Because the majority of these people don't do that. So don't come on thinking you do that. And then you got fans thinking you do that.
Right.
Because now what you're doing is now you're playing with somebody else's manhood,
Oh,
right?
that's the
So,
truth.
so
It's the
leave it
truth.
alone. Stop it,
It's the
right?
truth.
I mean, think about it. When you was doing the gang banging or whatever you were doing, a lot of the guys, they actually weren't killers. They weren't even fighters. They were just a part of a group, right? So you're gonna get yourself in a bad situation because a real killer gonna come up at your door and knock on the door. And then
Let you know what time it is. Yep.
yeah, then what do you do?
That's a fact.
Like, leave that alone. You know what I mean? Don't what they say in Sinners. Yeah, you keep dancing with the devil, he gonna follow you home. Just leave that alone.
Run straight through, right? That's
Yeah,
it. Yeah, no. I agree with you. Yeah, yeah. No, it's a lot of dudes play the tough road that, don't, man. It can get real ugly
it can.
fast.
It can. And listen, it can get ugly from something simple. You hit a person, they hit their head on the ground, boom, they die.
Yeah, because
Now
of
you,
pride.
oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I mean, no, dog, you control your emotions.
Yeah, because of pride, ego. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let
Manhood.
it, let
Yeah,
it
yeah,
go.
yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Yeah, like I said, cut that lifestyle was awful, man. I don't regret nothing though. That is a fact. I don't. But
It made you who you are.
yeah, I learned a lot, believe it or not. A lot of people say, "What? Huh? How?" I did. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. And truthfully, there's times and this is where it gets I get real emotional, man, but talking about this because again, I spent 20 years, right,
Mhm.
doing this. And there's times where I'm either listening to, let's say Future, you name it, right? And I start getting flashbacks and I'm like, wow, like damn, I feel like, for one split second,
Mhm.
you it's not that I feel like going back, but I'm like, what it would be like.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and
But it
that's
would be
something
like what? Wait, stop. What it would be like what?
to go back to that lifestyle, right? But again, those are intrusive thoughts, not
Mhm.
mine. They're intrusive.
Mhm.
So, but again, for that one split second, I might say, "Damn, what it would be like if I was to, go back to banging or going back to stealing, XYZ, doing this and doing that." I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I do have these thoughts, right?
Mhm.
But again, they're intrusive, not mine.
Mhm.
And I'm able to one control it and stop it uh, right there on something. Like I'm able to stop it.
Mhm.
But but yeah, it's
So what did it? My thing is, and this is more of a therapeutic thing, because I don't know if you know, I'm a life coach. I call myself a life. Well, I don't say like I don't like saying life coach. I'm a life catalyst. So the question I would ask you is, what would it give you inside, right? When you think of those things, what would it give you inside? Power,
nothing really.
right? Okay.
Nothing really.
So those are the things, right? So what, like thinking about going back, is it the life? Is it the, and this is to all the listeners or all the people that are out there when they go back to something that wasn't conducive of their lifestyle or their health, ask yourself why, right? It's like a little child. You explain something to a child and they go, but why? And then you got to say something else. Then, but why? Why?
Right.
And once you start really digging deep into the why, then you can really figure out whether it's the childhood or whether it's my ego or whether it's I want to feel like this. Like I ask a lot of guys that are young that are getting into money, NIL, NBA, whatever it is. Why do you want to go to the league? I want to help my mom. Eesh. You can help your mom being the post UPS. I want to get my dad. You can help him doing something different. So why? Well, I want the money. Okay, why do you want the money? Oh, so I can live better. Well, you can live better without money. So the question is why? And that's not something that we can go over today, is what I'm saying. My point is you
That's the
always,
wrong mindset.
yeah, but you have to actually ask yourself why, right? Ah, I want to do this because this girl, she did this to me. So when I get this money, well, that's not the person anymore you want to be around anyway.
Right,
Because
right.
you're gonna have to always
But
feed
is
her.
it but is it human nature, cut?
It is. Well, we don't really know what human nature truly is because human nature has been tampered with since the beginning of time because we're very tribal, and being tribal, that means you copy, right? So you're copying someone else, right? So think about Tarzan. Tarzan was a boy, baby. Baby got dropped in the jungle. Now, his true instincts you wouldn't know because he went from one preconceived notion, meaning like someone taught him this as a baby, he was raised as what? A gorilla. He had
Right.
gorilla ways. And then when they found him, they put him what? In this English, British, uppity establishment. And then he had to learn that way.
He
So
adapted in both places.
right, but who is he truly? That's the that's the that's the most interesting, best thing that a man or a woman can really search for. Who am I truly? I do come from your last name is what?
Morales.
Morales. So I do come from mom and dad Morales, but who am I? Right? Because you're better than your father, you're more educated than your mother, right? Just like you become better. So who am I? Because they may not be interested in the things that I am interested in life, but I came through them, not from. You didn't come from, you came through them, right? From God, Father, Father, Mother, Mother, through, right? You come through, right? So what who am I to become? That's the most exciting thing because you're learning everything else. As Americans, we learn the American education. But who am I? What is my true history of life? Your body tells you. It's just like when you're thirsty. When I'm thirsty, I don't need Pepsi, I need water,
Mhm.
right? Your body will start to talk to you. So however you are when you were gangbanging, your thoughts that you had, that's who you are. Not yeah, maybe the evil thoughts, but a lot of those thoughts, yeah, I shouldn't do this. Yeah, do this, man. Yeah, do this. But the environment put pressure on you because you had no boundaries to do this. But who are you truly? What do you think about every single day to become well, let's say human, but that spiritual being that's living through life with the host of the body that I'm looking at right now, who is that? That's the true search. That's the true struggle. That's the true meaning of life, right? So that human, we call humans, that human, that physical form is one thing. Mom had her way in ideology, dad had his way in ideology. They taught me that way, whether my dad was there or not, my mom was there or not emotionally, and then the environment. I'm learning from someone else, but who am I? Right? So Tarzan learned from the gorillas. Then he learned from the white folks that was uppity. But who am I? That's what a lot of people don't know and they don't search for.
Now cut. Is that an endless search?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And it's not just this life, it continues, right? You ever um where you what is it called? Deja vu?
Yeah.
Deja vu and things like that. When you really tap into that spiritual world, those things are kind of telling you certain stuff. And then we're not really listening because it's so much the media and the social life and this and the cars and the food you eat and the people you're around. It blocks you from tapping into your ultimate self.
Right.
Okay. So the great thing is that the more I learn, the more I become. The more I learn, the more I become. The more I learn, the more I become. KRS One said, your gun is God, universe, nature. God, universe, nature. You tap into that, doesn't matter wife, kids, husband, this, that. God, universe, nature. That's your gun. That's the only gun you should carry. And the more I educate myself on life, if I only study American, if I only study one thing, I I don't have just so many other things in life. Are you going to be a theologist? So I'm a Christian. Okay. Did you study the Quran? Did you study Torah? Did you study this? You study Buddhism? You study none of those things. So you can't tell me that's the best if you haven't studied everything and then made an educational decision on this one. All right. Mercedes are the best cars. Did you drive any other cars? Did you drive all the cars? No, but this is the best car. This, yes. Truthfully, yes, that's just true that car is the best car for you. But it's other cars. When you drive all the other cars, experience all the other cars, the energy, the flow, everything like that, then you can make an educated decision on you. Somebody else may drive something else and say, I think it's the Audi. I think it's this. I think it's that. Okay, cool. But it's more to life. You have to search, right? That's the key. And we're very lazy and really searching because it's like a relationship. A lot of people go in relationships is like, well, they stay in relationships because they don't want to start over. Well, you start over, you're learning more about you. And maybe starting over means
Absolutely.
alone, right? It may be being alone. It may not be I gotta be with somebody else. It may be just be me being just content and alone with myself to learn who I am. So then now when I see this, it's either yes or no. And I understand this and I can become more about this, that, whatever. Blah, 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 blah.
I think
That
cut that people knowing that that is an endless search, they give up early. They a lot of people knowing that they just give up, halfway. Either they 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 don't go full fledged. Just knowing that it is an endless search,
yeah,
right? So a lot of them don't even start
right,
searching. Period. Some do. Some might get very far, but then give up. So
right.
how do you overcome that? Right? How do you get over that hump? It's what I'm trying to get at. Right? You knowing that it is an endless search, right?
It's not as well as listen, it's not about getting over it, right? So that's what people want it to get over it or to end it.
Right, right, right.
If I'm an athlete, I stop working out for 2 months, I'm out of shape. I got to get back into it, right? So you never can get over it because you're not going to work out your whole life. You may fall off for a month. You may fall off 2 weeks. Something may happen. I had vertigo, so I couldn't go into the gym for 2 months. Now I got to start back over again. So
Okay.
getting over what you ask yourself, right? Because it's always going to be a struggle, a suffering, but it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You're aligning yourself back up. Okay. If I don't shoot for a while and then I go out there and shoot bad and I go back in the gym, my mechanics, I got to get back to the basics. Right. So getting over it, get over that part. There's no such thing.
And
Right.
you're learning from that suffering.
Right. So you're actually accepting life. This has to happen for me to do this. And it's okay. You eat all the groceries, you got to do what? You got to still go back to the store.
Yep.
You run out of gas, I got to still go back to the gas station. It's all you got to repeat.
It's a
And
cycle.
hey, some people prolong it, right?
That's
Some
what I'm
people,
trying to get at.
right? But again, you just got to accept that that's what life is about, right? Every single day, you got to pay that rent.
True.
Every single day, you got to pay the rent, right? Not mortgage, not you got to pay the rent of life. What is that? Studying more, eating better, exercising, whatever it is, you still got every single day. And some people, a lot of people fall off, and it's okay. But as long as you understand that when I do go back, it's going to be a tad bit uncomfortable and suffering at the moment. But I know what is to come from that if I continuously keep doing this. Okay, cool. I know what's come to that if I keep gang banging. I'm either be in jail, I'm be dead, or I'm having anxiety every day because I'm looking over my back.
PTSD, yeah, for
That's
sure.
just what it is. Life is a cheat sheet.
Mm,
Life is a cheat sheet.
mm.
Everything whatever you want to do, it's been done. So all you gotta do is look at the person. Okay, cool. That's what happened. So if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. My pop used to tell me when I was younger, you can make all the mistakes you want in life, but you just don't get to choose the consequences. You understand?
Wisdom, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. Since we're talking about food, right? Well, what is the best cheesesteak spot in Philly? Cut. Keep it real. Is it Geno's?
Um,
Not gonna
there's
lie, I went there like 2 months ago and it was kind of whack.
yeah,
Not
so
gonna lie to you.
it's Geno's and Pat's and then there's Jim's and then there's Ishkabibbles. There's a few different spots um that a person can go to. I think Jim's is old school. Ishkabibbles is great on Fourth and South. But I haven't been home in a long time, so I really don't know. But
You
you
don't go
know,
back to Philly?
not much. I'm here so much. Here in LA so much. I really don't unless I have to travel. I don't.
Yeah, yeah. You still got family in Philly?
Family,
Yeah.
yeah, but a lot of my family in Houston. Mom, brothers, sisters.
Oh, okay.
My dad and my one of my sisters are in Philly, but they come out here a lot.
Oh, to come visit you? Oh, that's cool. That's dope, man. So yeah, you have a huge family. I'm assuming.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
cool. That's dope, man. Us
Yeah,
Latinos, you already know we have
that's funny.
a million uncles and you know what I'm saying? Like we my family's huge, by the way. I have about two to 300 cousins, man. Like we it's a gang of dudes, man. What was your pregame meal? Don't say something crazy, cut.
No, mine's just pasta, chicken. Yeah, pasta.
And that was before every game.
Mhm.
You didn't get tired of it?
No,
You want to try something different?
pasta, chicken before games, and steak, potatoes after.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow. I know Bridges, Mikael Bridges. He eats Chipotle every single day.
Yeah, well, we didn't have Chipotle back then, but yeah, that I mean, you stay with a routine. You come, superstitious.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
you want to keep it. You want to keep it as simple as possible. You don't want to try. I was telling you about the Celtics and the way they play. You don't want to change up stuff because if something happens, you want to be able to correct it.
Yeah, you,
If
you
you're
you do
doing
become superstitious. Yeah, absolutely.
a whole bunch of different things and something go wrong, you don't know what, right? If I tell 15 people a secret, I don't know who told.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
right. That's right. That's crazy.
Same thing as, you tell a person a secret. The only way the secret don't get out is two people die.
That's when it gets ugly. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just, it's just how it is.
Wow. So what you doing now, Cut? You just chilling? You hanging out?
Yeah, no, I mean, I coach my son. You know, like I said before, I do my life coaching thing. I'm building up my community, uh, called Catapult Community to help
I
people.
signed up, by the way.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. I signed
Working
up.
on all the modulums and everything, but to help people in life, think better, be better men, be better young men, women, the whole thing. I pride myself on that. And anything I can do to stay close to my kids, because I can go make millions of dollars and whatever it is, but I'll be away from my children. And if I can do that by being home and being close to home majority of the time, because it's not really about money, it's about time, and you can't really get time back. So right now my daughter's 11, my son's 15, and my older sons they all live with me, 25, and my one's going to turn 26 July.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
that's the one I adopted when he was 9. So
Oh, that's
um,
great, Cut. Wow. God
mhm,
bless you, man.
yeah, so
Jeez.
thank you. But all of them live with me. So if I can be at home the majority of the time and they feel the love of dad and dad's there and walking them through their life while they're in their journey. It's kind of like walking behind them, but letting them be in the front and letting them do their thing. But yet when they trip, be ready to help them, not pick them up, but be ready to help them, you know, uh, get through the road that they're on, right? Because your journey is your own journey. So if I can make money doing that and living a simple life, that's me.
That's awesome, man. Your 15-year-old plays ball, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's dope.
yeah, yeah. He's a hooper.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's dope, man. Yeah, I saw it on your gram and what's his name if you don't mind me asking?
Miles, Myles.
Miles. Shout out to Miles, man. Yeah, I haven't seen I'm gonna check him out though for sure, but I seen that you posted him up and that's awesome, man. That's
Yeah.
so dope. If you had to sum up your career, right,
Mhm,
in
mhm.
one word, what would it be?
To sum up my career in one word, love, love. I love the game. Love the game. I love everything about the game. The strategy, the preparation, the competitiveness.
The toughness.
Yes, the ego you have while you're playing. I love it. It's like addicting. I wish I could play now. I'm talking about at that level because I'll kill them, but my body can't do that. But just the whole the anxiety before a game, the strategies during the game, the anger, the calmness all throughout the game, like all those feelings you have, like I just love it. And when you're younger, you just really don't understand it because you don't see what's going to happen. But the older you get, the more you understand what can happen the majority of the time when you understand the game more because you can predict the ending if you do the right things.
Yep. The what was that first game like, Cut? And I ask all my ball friends that. Like what was that first game like? Were you anxious?
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. My first game ever I played um regular season, first game against Golden State Warriors. I didn't play the very first game against Lakers. And then the second game, our second game of the season was against Golden State. And I got in the game because it's foul trouble to guards. And I played so well. I finished with I think 12 or 14 points, but I had the game winner. And we beat Golden State, top of the key 3-pointer. Charles Barkley passed it to me. So that's how my life started when it in the NBA, and it was amazing, right? So I was scared in the beginning when I got in the game, then I got used to it and played, my butt off, and I played so well that they kept me in at the end of the game, right? So I must have been doing something right for them to keep me in, a kid in, a rookie in the end of the game. So that's how my life started in NBA.
That's how your journey started.
Mhm. Yep, game winner.
Any regrets?
Um, I mean, I don't have regrets, but I should have stayed on. I was an asshole when I in my first few years. Very strict with not myself and the people around me because I wanted to be great, but I was losing my authentic original self because I had everybody walking on eggshells because I wanted things a certain way so I could perform. And it it took the fun out of it. The game became too serious, I guess you would say, for me, because I'm a very passionate person when I play. And passionate period, but it I didn't know how to manage the emotion while I was doing that. So I had to like kind of take a step back. And when I did that, um, I was climbing, right? So my first 4 years, if you look at my stats, it kept going, everything kept going up. And good for me, but my environment would have been good for, right? So it was funny because Chris Eubanks Sr., he's a British fighter, one of the best ever, um, known for his mind, his chin, and the way he hit and his strategy.
His
And
son just fought like 2 weeks ago.
so he said something very profound. He said he asked Mike Tyson to fight him, and Mike said to him, he said, "But you're my friend. You're my friend. Why would I fight you?" And Chris was like, that was humbling to him because he said, sometimes it's not about the money, right? A lot of the times it's actually not about the money, right? It's the respect and love you have not only for yourself but your friends. And if I would have went down that route, right? Kobe went down that route where he was just icing everyone. He did no friends, no nothing, it's that whatever. Of course, he was my guy, but it was still like a business. And I didn't have the courage in me to shut everybody out or even bump heads with Steve to say I'm the best one or this person over here and I need the ball more. You know, a lot of guys do that. And it
Right.
just wasn't in my character to be that person. So I just made sure I fit in and did whatever I was needed.
Did you lose a lot of friends and family during that process?
No, no.
They all like stood around.
Yeah, yeah. Because I saw it in me doing it. So I
No, you
cut it.
mentioned you were strict. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Right.
I
So
saw it
some
in
people
me.
would say, no, I'm leaving.
Well,
I
no,
think
they're not gonna leave because I'm paying them to do stuff.
oh, okay.
Right. So I'm hindering them, but I'm hindering myself too, right? My self-love. So that I had no boundaries. But to be great at something, you have to give something up, right? And I didn't know that at a younger age. I know that now. So that's why I tell my 15-year-old, even my 25-year-old who's a designer, clothing designer, he's fire. I'm like, you don't owe, if you don't owe me, you don't owe nobody. I tell my 15-year-old the same thing, right? So you be selfish now in life. You're good, you're good men, but be selfish in life. Like really squeeze all the juice out of that orange, right? That God has given you. Squeeze it out. Be your best at that. And then when its time is up and you can't get no more juice, go to something else. But don't leave the juice in the orange. Squeeze it all out till it's dry, right? And that's where you can just be happy with yourself and content that when you move forward, you gave everything in the last one. Kind of like a marriage, right? And anything you do in life, be the best person you can be. Try as much as you can to
At least try.
at least try your best.
So you're saying squeeze till there's no more, let go and move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, dope life coach. I need some advice. Cut word.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm always here, man.
Yeah, listen, there's a lot that I go through and that I've been through, same as you, obviously. I mean, we both from the hood and you know exactly what I'm talking about. But again, there's some things that I still dwell on, I think about. Now, do I act upon? No, I do not. I don't, but again, there's thoughts and these thoughts kind of want to take over at times, right? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. No, listen, leave me alone. Just leave me
Mhm.
alone, right? But it's hard. It's
Mhm.
hard, and thumbs up to my wife. I mean, the greatest person that God, found for me actually. Um, but she's biased, right? I mean,
Mhm.
she's down with Mike at all times. You
Mhm.
know, I could say, look, the sky is green, and she would agree. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Mhm.
there's certain things that I can't really speak to her about,
Mhm.
right? Because she was raised, she's from Jersey, but she's from Central NJ. So she's never been around the hood and
Mhm.
she doesn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't understand the culture.
Two totally different lifestyles.
Right. Right.
But it meshes so well,
Hmm.
right? Because I'm over here teaching her this, right? And look, stay on point just in case, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. And she's teaching me this world.
Hmm.
So it meshes perfect, so perfectly, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, it's something that I deal with, cut, and you know, it's it hinders I won't say my life, but some things, right?
Hmm.
That we'll talk, if anything,
Yeah,
when
we could talk offline on this, and
you
I
know,
can
but
help you. I can help you with
it's for the most part, like I said, I'm listen, I put my foot down and the answer is no. That's
that.
it, right? Yeah, I need help, and I'll be the first one to say it. I'm not ashamed, right? Listen, I see the first thing, right? And I'm sure you can agree. Um, I feel like you should always let someone know, right? What you're really going through, and also that you need help,
Hmm.
right? And this is where a lot of people seem to fail, right? Because and also too, and I'm sure you can agree as well. You know, there's people that might be going through something worse, right? That they're ready to end their lives, like today, like right now, this very moment, and just reaching out to them, man. And that's what I've been doing lately. I've been reaching out to old partners that I haven't spoken to in years. Like, hey, what's up, man? It's Mike. What's going on? And you know what's crazy? One of my guy friends, right? One of the homies, you know, it was so what he said was so profound. But besides that, this was after. I mean, I'm sorry, before. He said, Mike, I wanted to end my life 2 days ago. And if it wasn't for you calling me, and I thought that stuff was fake. I thought you get what I'm saying, because I've never experienced it. So this is
Right.
actually my first time going through this, right? And he kept it real, cut. He said, look, I wanted to end my life, but you called. And now we on the phone. Mind you, he's in Florida somewhere. He's in Tampa. And I'm all the way in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know what? For some reason I said, yo, let me get, I'm not gonna say his name, but let's just say let me give Mike a call. And yeah, cut. I said, yo, this is crazy. I hung up the phone and I listen, it's just tough, man. It's tough. And this is where I get all, but again, this is something that we can talk about offline. I got on my knees, man, and I said, wow, like, you know, I felt hurt. I felt I felt like if I was going through that,
Hmm.
because that's someone I'm cool with. Like
Right.
I used to chill with.
Mhm.
And for him to say something like that, it's just hurtful, man.
Right.
Right. So again, those three things, but the main one is seek help, man. Seek
Yeah.
help, whether
Mhm.
it's a friend or a therapist, you name it.
Yeah.
Right. So seek help, y'all. For real, man. You know, don't worry about what people have to say. Whether you're crazy, oh yeah, Mike, you seeing the shrink. That don't matter, man. That
Right.
don't matter. Yeah, their opinions or that shouldn't even matter to you. Real
Hmm.
talk. And again, I'll be the first one to say it. I see a therapist once a week, right? I wish I could see him twice a week, but she's fully booked,
Hmm.
and again, I can't talk to my wife about certain things because she can't relate
Hmm.
at all, you know. And another thing is that she'll always have my back. She'll always be, you know.
Right.
So yeah, that's it. Cut.
So there's in the, listening to this, we'll talk offline with a lot of these things because I believe I can help you. And this journey is not no one phone call. It's more of a lifestyle of conversation. I always
But I think
tell
that's a starter. No cut.
no for sure. For sure. But a lot of people think that, okay, one phone call and I should be okay, right? This is a lifetime kind of conversation that we will be having, right? Because we all um get in those moments, right? And it's one thing is it's normal, right? Like I tell NBA guys, especially when they're young, or high school guys, college guys, your fear that you feel, that scares you feel, it's normal, right? You can cut it off quick. Repetition kills doubt, right? So be do have, right? Be the person you want first. Do the things that person will do, and you'll have the things that they have, right? So it's when you can understand that more, it's okay to have that emotion, right? Because you're going to miss shots, you're going to turn it over, you're going to do these are normal things in life. It's normal. Once you understand that, okay, I always tell people fear is one of my closest friends, right?
How
Because when fear,
so?
well, because fear tells me the truth as much as right a lie will. Fear will tell me I'm fear I have fear. It won't say nothing else. I feel this fear. So now, okay, cool. Now, thank you, fear. Got you. Now I got to do this. So once the so-called bad things come into your life or whatever that is, okay, go get back online. Did I talk to some of my friends? Did I go exercise? Did I go take a walk? Did I do these things? The more you, oh damn, I'm feeling a little flabby. Oh damn, I'm a little winded. Oh, I gotta exercise. I gotta eat right. Damn, I'm a little tired. Oh, I gotta sleep. Those things are talking to you. Okay. So the more you can listen to them and with no judgment and understand that they're more close to you than you think. So I always tell cats a lot that even your friend, I don't know his life, but I can when he was going through this situation when he's like, I wanted to end my life. There's a tricky thing, and I study psychology and communications while I was double major in school. When they say I want to I want to end my life, it's the life that you're living. Is that the real life you want to live? Because you suppress yourself, right? So in suppressing yourself, you're living a life that you don't want to live, whether it's for the wife, the kids, the this, the that. Whoever this person is, I don't know him. Does he communicate with his other guy friends a lot? Do he exercise a lot? Is he eating the right food? See, these things, it's not just one thing. It's a cumulative amount of things that you have to do. I can shoot the ball 1,000 times a day, but if I don't lift and run, shooting the ball when I go to play against guys that are strong, conditioned, fast, won't work. I have to do more than one thing. Do you understand? So when you're going through these things, it's not that I want to end my life. I just don't want to live this life that I'm living. Now let's take a step back. What life am I living? Am I saying yes too much? Is my boundaries, am I not protecting my boundaries? Do I love where I'm at in life as a person? Right? A lot of people think of the one thing and it's like, no, let's take a step back and really realize or recognize exactly what's going on. Because I can be living a life for someone else and they're happy, but I'm not, right? So sometimes, I always say to people too, especially women, do you want me to listen or you want me to respond? See, listening is just you getting it off your chest. Responding is I'm coming with a solution, right? And that solution may hurt your feelings, your ego at the moment, but it's to become better. So if you talk to your wife, it's like, listen, I just need you to listen, or I need your opinion. One of the two, right? So you don't want to be a person that every time you listen and dumping trash on her if there is no solution. Now it's like a solution. I needed this. Should I go visit my friend for 2 days or should I go do this? What do you think? She said, yeah, okay, cool. Now you don't have the guilt of leaving and doing X, Y, Z. But make sure that friend is a person like myself or a person where it's going to keep you on the right road of life. Opposed to somebody else where my son came to me and my oldest one came to me and a guy messed around with him with his car and I guess the guy kept the money and he's like, I went to three people, Pop, and they told me something totally different. I need your opinion. So I'm like, all right, what? And then he tells me and I'm like, let it go. this, and I gave him certain things. Said, you know what, you're right, and I had to come to you last because you gave me the best advice. With other people telling me do this, that, whatever. So if a man come telling me about, oh man, my wife just no, let's not talk about her. Let's talk about what you're doing as a person. Sometimes you got to really figure out what you're doing as a person because it's not really them. Because once you leave them, if you didn't correct who you are, you're going to meet yourself again in someone else. So let's just figure out who you are. What
So
are you doing?
sometimes it's not them, it's you.
Yes. You
Okay.
got to figure out what you're doing on a regular basis,
Okay.
right? And how do I make this team that I'm on? If I'm the captain, if I'm the star, how do I make this team, everybody play the right way? What is the right way? It starts with me. Do I eat better? Do I exercise more? Do I read more? Do I go visit some of my friends? I think men should have guy time at least twice a week, just so you can get it out a little bit, right? It ain't all of those stupid stuff for cheating up, no. But going to have fun with your friends, hanging with your friends, walking in the park, walking down the street, going to whatever it is, you need to do it. We go cold turkey on life because we we
You're
we
right.
don't stay in a discipline. And then they suppress ourselves and be like, well, damn, I'm missing out on this. No, you can actually do it. Just be a little more disciplined and hang with people who are going to hold you accountable when you do it. That's all, right? Because the same friends you had when you were a teenager, the reason why you're not with them a lot now is because you've grown. But there's other people that you connect with that are in that same industry that will hold you accountable. You, if you're around me, if my friends around me, I'm like, yo, come on, let's go, dog. We out. We had fun. That's it. Boom. And you keep learning how to do that. It's like a pro teaching you. Michael Jordan teach me, Scottie Pippen teach me my rookie year. This is how you become a pro. All right, I want to be a pro. Be, do, have. Be the person you want to become. Right? Do those things that they do. So you can have the things that they have. And if that's peace, cool. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cut. Um, yeah. Not gonna lie, that hit, that really hit home. Uh, I don't even know what to say. You have me thinking, see, I didn't realize that it starts with you,
Mhm.
right? I've always thought that no, well, not always, but in my situation, right, at least, that it didn't start with me,
Mhm.
right? And listening to you now, um, yeah, it hit home, and you're right. It starts with me. If I'm the captain, right?
You're the director, you're the producer of your movie. You put the people in your movie. They
Yeah,
don't own your movie, put them in there, right? So
it
now
comes
we got
down
to
to me.
yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. It comes down to me, and it's hard though, cut.
Mhm.
It's hard. It's hard. Especially if you've been through a lot,
Mhm.
you know, and I've been through so much,
Mhm.
just being raised without a father is, you know, listen, cut, I talk about this every single day to my wife,
Mhm.
right? I just wish he was there. Mind you, he was there physically, but not emotionally. It was just like a random dude, right? At the crib, and that sucked, because there was times where, dang, I would have loved to, sit down and have a conversation or teach me how to ride a bike. You know what I'm saying? And just hurts.
Mhm.
I've never experienced that.
Mhm.
And to be honest with you, growing up, I've 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 envied that big time.
Mhm.
I used to be jealous of cats. Like, damn, you got your dad, right? You know what I used to say, Cut? I used to say my dad was dead.
Mhm.
I used to say, yo, they used to come to me like, hey, Mike, where's your dad? Where's your father? No, my father's dead. He passed away a long time ago. You know why I said that though, Cut? It's because I felt it felt that way.
Hmm.
You know, and now look how things are, Cut, right? He favored my brother a whole lot. Like that was his everything. So I was non-existent pretty much, right?
Hmm.
And now I'm talking about now, like current date, like today, like right now, it's 5:10, right? Eastern time. He's at a nursing home
Hmm.
getting dialysis, right? But you know what though? Cut. I'm there for him.
Hmm.
Believe it or not. Somebody else would have been like, you know what? F this dude. You know? F
Hmm.
you. Like, why would I want to be there? You wasn't there for me. You know,
Right.
just play that petty. But no, I'm there. I'm there. Whatever he needs. Right. And you know what, Cut? I'm by the grace of God, I'm financially straight. Like I said, I've been retired for 7 years. And this man, can you believe this man has never asked me for anything?
Hmm.
Him knowing that I'm okay, right?
Hmm.
In that aspect.
Hmm.
And that's just, see, it's either two things. It's either he's ashamed, right? And he knows that he effed up and, or he's just actually just one. Yeah, I think he's just ashamed. But that I'm shocked, right? Because I'm like, wow, him knowing that I'm doing okay, I'm doing great, and him being in that situation, right? Not asking me for anything, it's crazy to me. It's crazy, unbelievable. I can't believe it, right? And he's been there for 2 years. But again, one thing I'm doing now that he never did was be there, and I pride. Listen, Cut, man.
So what you have to and I got a hard 2:15. I got to get my son. But what you have to ask yourself is, even if he said sorry, even if he asked for something, how would you feel? That's not something you have to answer right now, right? I got to get off in 2 minutes because I got to get my son. But you have to start asking yourself, does that help you with your pain, right? That you go through,
To be
right?
honest, Cut, I just want him to say, I'm sorry. That's it. He has not said it yet.
Right.
That's the only thing I'm waiting. Honestly, that's the only thing that I want. I want him to say, Mike, you don't have to call me your son or, you know, I want him to say, I am sorry.
Right.
That's it.
But what if
That,
he is? What if he is? And but I'm not saying it. What if he is?
uh, that's a great question. I don't know if he really
Right? Does
is.
the person have to say it to you for you to understand it? Sometimes things are nonverbal.
You're messing me up, Cut. You're messing me up. Big,
Sometimes people,
big time.
sometimes, hold on,
Wow.
hold on 1 second.
What you fighting back there, Cut?
Yeah. Um, sometimes him not asking you for help, him not, it's, some people come from a different world. Your father comes from a different world where he didn't have the luck you had. My dad didn't have the luck I had. So sometimes their sorry is quietness, right? He's suffering in a home with dialysis, and so he may be saying sorry inside, right? So his sorry may be his suffering. So it's not for you to say, okay, I need to see you suffer physically in this way, or I need to see you say, and that's going to make my life better. If that happens, then what? We go from there. Do you understand? So he says sorry, and then what do you feel? Right? Right? That's what you want to ask yourself. Will it complete me? You're already complete. You got family, you're successful, right? You're more aware. God has blessed you to be a better father than he was. And maybe that was what you needed to be the father you are now. Because if he would have did all those things before, would you have been the person you are now? We don't know. It's all hypothetical. But we do know how he treated you and how you treat your children and your wife is because of what he did. So it's more so, thank you. Because if it was something else, it could have been, you could have not did none of that and then came into money later on in life and destroyed wife and child. Right? So silver lining of it is that Mike is who he is now. And thank you for being rough on me, tough on me, and everything. And let him live with that. But you don't let it live rent free for a sorry, right? His sorry is his suffering at the moment. He's Dallas nursing up, like that's suffering. That's suffering. And he's not going to get better from that. He's going to decline. So for him to go out peacefully so he can start a new chapter in a new life when that time comes, he may need that clarity. He may need Mike saying, "Yo, I love you no matter what. And I appreciate you for making me who I am." Right? That's just how it is. My father couldn't read, so he didn't read books to me. And I eat books now, right? So because you didn't do this, I do this. There's a story real quick before I have to go. I'm sorry, I gotta go. But it's two twin brothers, and the father was an alcoholic. And they asked the brother, he said, "Why did you become what you became?" And then one brother was an alcoholic, the other one was a well-established businessman. He says, "Because of my father." So one looked at his father and became him, and the other one did the opposite of what the father did.
Right.
Right? One can blame, and then the other one can thank. That's just how life is. Right? And life is, my pop used to tell me when I was younger, my stepfather, the same way you accept my yeses, you have to accept my no's. So God giving you that man, but then giving you this life. Appreciate both.
Wow.
And
Cut.
I gotta go, Mike. I gotta pick up my son.
Yeah, I'll text you. Thank you so much, Cut.
Look,
I appreciate you.
yeah,
And this is the start of a friendship.
my man. Be
Thank
good.
you so much. You too,
Right.
Cut. God bless you, Cut.
My man.